Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 46 of Direwolf20's Modern Skyblock series. Last episode we got started on Industrial Foregoing. We got ourselves a pink slime bucket, which when we place it in the world will spawn a pink slime that we're going to want to capture in a mob imprisonment tool. So let's do that maybe first. And while that's cooking, we should probably consider what we want to do next, which is we want to have more than one pink slime, right? Presumably. So in order to get more than one of those, we're going to want some industrial foregoing blocks. So what we're going to probably want is the mob crusher. That's the one that we use to get. Yeah, no, that's not right. Yeah, that's the enchantment extractor. Didn't I say mob crusher? Yeah. When prior power, it will kill anything in front of it. It will collect dropped items and will transform experienced mobs into essence. And that essence is what we're going to use to spawn mobs. Oh, hello. Hello, pink slime. Hello, pink slime. Aren't you adorable? Neat. We've got a pink slime with 22 health. Beautiful. So, yeah, what we're going to do is create the mob the grinder first, right? So let's do that. Let's get a grinder going. And I believe that's a quest anyway. So let's put this in our inventory in like a relatively safe place. You know, even like to triple safe in it. So industrial foregoing, right? Industrial revolution. We do have a collecting mob essence quest. So we want a mob crusher, right? And that should be one of our first things. So let's get a couple gold gears. And an iron sword, a couple books, and some redstone. I don't have any redstone on me. Bad direwolf. So a couple of books. Let's get a little bit of leather, just because like I keep running over here every time I need one leather, and it's about time I make like a bunch of leather. Provided we have the mana for it, and we do. Hooray! And we'll get the mob crusher thingy, and we'll be good to go, right? So you, I'm going to want 2 of, and then mob crusher. Check. Beautiful. All right, and leather can go into the mob drops chest for later usage. Hooray! Quest complete. That's it. I didn't have to get the actual liquid. Okay. Or a resourceful furnace. I've never seen an ore quest before. Interesting. Okay. Well, mob crusher is definitely the route I'm going to take. So using essence requires... Essence can be used for processing ores and duplicating mobs. So mob duplicator is definitely the way I'm going to want to go. But let's get ourselves the stuff. So we're totally going to want a tank. So let's get a tank from mechanism. Check. To store the mob essence, we're going to want to run universal cables over there for power. We're going to need a mechanical pipe. We'll probably want an item transfer method, so let's get some logistical transporters, and that should be all she wrote, right? So do I actually have an underground-ish area running down here? I don't think so. So let's get down to our underground area. Whoa, falling into the void. Forgot I didn't expand that area. I should probably cover that up. I survived. I gotta be fair, like the fact that in this pack, falling into the void, like I'm far less careful than I would normally be in a skyblock, only on account of the fact that falling into the void is no big deal. So let's run like a small line. How's that sound? And we'll bring out our builder's wand. Already had it on me. Might need a little bit more cobble than this, but we'll deal with that. It's not like we're going too far. Let's make sure to light it up, right? Cool. And a little bit more. Might need a touch more. But we will see what we can manage to do. As he does a really bad job. That'll at least get me connected over to here, right? Which is something we're going to pretty much want to do. So the mob crusher, this will at least let me get power flowing. And like, yeah, super bad, but well, we'll live. Super derpy. It was just me being lazy. There, now I've got cobblestone at least. Welcome to Direwolf 20's Let's Play. We're in episode 45. We are just being lazy. Or 46. Something like that. In the mid-40s. You know what I mean. So, let's set up the mob crusher, right? So instead... This happens every now and then with this setup. Let's sort you and empty out you guys. And what we should find is that we'll get our diamond spikes. Hooray! I'm actually going to store them in here. That's not a bad idea. Keep them in there and we're good, right? And then we can void some of this junk that we don't necessarily need. Cool. So this guy, let's set him up here. Basically like that. And if we show his working area, we will see it for what it is, which is, you know, pretty decent size. So realistically now, we don't have to shove everything into this corner. And this guy's going to do the item collection for us, right? So we're going to want to reroute some of this setup. But the long and the short of it is this shouldn't be too bad to hook up. So we do want... I do have phantom faces, by the way, which might make my life a little bit easier. Now, phantom faces, unfortunately, are item, liquid, or energy specific, right? But we have energy and liquid phantom faces. So maybe I'll use these just to make the wiring mess a little bit less of a wiring mess. Say that 5 times fast. Phantom connector guy, cool. Food, because I'm hungry, good. All right, so if we were to... Hey, good, mobs are spawning in there now. Perfect. Let's connect up our phantom energy face and our phantom liquid face, right? Here, I forget what the range, it's 16, that's not bad. So you basically need energy, right? Let's remove all of this. Caught him. Nice. And you're not really necessary anymore, are you, Chest? I'll leave you there because it's not hurting anything, but I don't think you're super important. So realistically, I don't need any of this. What we're going to have is an energy face here, let's say, and a liquid face here. And we'll bind this to here and here. Hey. Connected to mob crusher, connected to mob crusher. Perfect. Then we're going to want to run power up here, right? So that's where energy lines come in. And might wind up rerouting this a little bit, but we'll find out. And let's get our wrench dude. All right, gonna run this basically underneath the flooring here, right? So you'll pretty much run across here. And that shouldn't be so bad. And the items and the liquids don't have to run along this way, so we should be fine with that. It's surprising how every time I craft these energy pipes, I feel like I'm crafting a lot at once, and then I use them so fast, and I'm like, nope, didn't even come close to using a lot of those. Like, I didn't make nearly enough. But at least this time I have enough. So that should kill the mobs at least, right? And I definitely have to get elevators or some better mechanic. Hey, we did unlock Ender IO, so technically I can use Ender IO to make elevators, right? Unless that mechanic has been removed. I know Ender IO in 1.12 is a little different, and I haven't played with it at all, so that's a thing. So you're cool. You've got some fluid essence. Perfect. That's what I want to see. So then in terms of this, I might want to upgrade this guy. What's involved in upgrading him? To an advance, that stores 28. I can at least do that, right? I at least have those on me. And I could totally upgrade it further if I really cared to, but I don't think I need to. It's not like we need a ton, but having just a little bit more storage in an advanced tank would be neat. And then we have our mechanical pipe, right? So then the only thing that we'll actually be running piping out of for is items, right? So item transfer, advanced logistics. So you'll go... This doesn't need to exist at all. And let's put like here. Come on, there you go. Mechanical pipe? Oh good, he auto outputs. Neat. So we have 120 millibuckets right away like that. So then what we could have is the mob spawner queuing off of that, but we'll take care of that in a moment. And then item transfer, right? That's going to basically want to come across here. Oh boy, falling again. I'm gonna get yelled at by you guys for all this falling that I'm doing. Like I said, not super concerned about falling off the map because we have whatever mob it is that lets you fall off the map without a problem, right? Now I'm pretty sure Mechanism works along the mechanic of insert into the nearest available inventory. So this should function exactly like we had things, right? So you've got an arrow in you. So if I put you in item configurator mode and set it to pull, that arrow should, in theory, go right into there. Perfect. Now what I might do real quick, just because I can, just to make this look a little bit neater. So that should be cool, right? And that should be a slightly nicer looking wiring setup. Dire wire for days. Not really. Sweet. All right, cool. And just to like super validate this, wow, we are literally super bad at having blocks on us right now, aren't we? That looks cool. All right, can I put items in here? I can't. So we're gonna have to wait for mobs to spawn and just validate that what's happening is what we want to have happen. But the items will get collected in here, the mob essence will get collected in here, and that's cool. So you're pretty awesome. Wow, you have 62,570. It's pretty neat. Good times. And we've got all this stuff in here. All right, so that's what I'm gonna say is complete. So for now, I think I can just trash these things. I don't think we actually need them. And we do have another one of these. And the whatchamacallits, the engines I'll put away. So we'll let mobs spawn in there. We should see that functioning correctly. And while that's happening, we're going to make the mob whatchamacallit thingy that will spawn things for us, right? So let's get the quest book. And let's also, before I forget, get some cobblestone. So I have some like scaffolding and building materials. I really have to figure out what it is that I'm like shift clicking and causing explosions for. Because when I hit mobs, it doesn't explode. It's only when I hit blocks with this sword. And I just haven't bothered to Google it yet and figure out how it works. because I am a bad Let's Player, and you know it's bad direwolf. So mob duplicator, right? You require some nether wart, some emeralds, which I absolutely have over here, and some slime, and some blaze. And we have a darkness area. Today, I learned. Cool. So we need 2 of you. And then we just need our machine frame. Groovy. Mob duplicator. So how do we want to do this? So there's 2 approaches we could do to setting this up. What we could do is set up the mob duplicator so that it spawns them into the existing darkroom. But the mob duplicator has a range of what when I set you up? So you're technically 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a decent sized range. So if I set that up inside that darkroom, it's too big of an area, right? It's much bigger than the Mob Crushers area. Well, it's not even that much bigger than the Mob Crushers area, but it's definitely bigger than the Darkroom area. So I think what I should do is build a dedicated mob spawning room that's not a dark room, but its job is to basically have mobs in it. Does that sound fair? And let's make it out of the Akasha planks, because why not? I feel like that's a good time, right? And maybe some kind of like fence blocks. Like we could use fences to keep the mobs that spawn in there. And we'll have to figure out like how I want to kill them automatically, kind of thing, right? Probably with another mob grinder, killing them automatically. But you know, standard mob spawning setup from Industrial Foregoing, but just maybe a little different than I've typically done it in the past. Now let's just get a few more fence posts. That should be good. Good enough for me. So what if we created like a nice flat area over here? Get our builder's wand ready. Now this is, just to be clear, we can just do it with this too, right? That's 1 block space down, right? So let's do this. Well, let's do this and this. How's that? Right? And then we can expand this dude this way. I'll come back once I've built this platform. How's that sound? Cool? Be right back. So I'm thinking something like this. Looks pretty cool to me. So if I put this guy in the floor and show his working area, that should be pretty good, right? Nice. Okay, cool. And then like, let's just, you know, show working area, but fence it in. And I kind of intended for this to be a little bit wider than the actual fencing. So we'll just do this to make my life easier. That looks cool. I mean, right now I have no plans to spawn something that, you know, we'll be able to get out of a fenced area. But just like, I've never actually built a mob spawner like using fences before, and these things should spawn and die fast enough that like light and sunlight shouldn't even be a problem. Like, what do I care if they get hit by light, right? We don't need darkness to keep them spawned or to cause them to spawn, so that should be cool, right? Neat. That looks cool, right? I like it. I like it a lot. So let's get power. I might want another energy face and another fluid face. So would that be a big hard thing to get? Because that would be super nice if I could get that. So we need 2 more empowered diamantine crystals, which we could totally make. Yeah, back in a minute. I'm going to make those off camera. And with that, we have 4 phantom faces. Sweet. Resources, you can go away. Looking good. So let's turn one of these into a phantom liquid face. Oh, right. Sweet. We'll hang on to an extra bucket just because it's always kind of nice to have a bucket on this map. And then in addition, we need a phantom energy face, which needs some empowered Restonia crystals. Do I not have any powers? Did I use up all my empowereds that I had? I mean, we have some regular Restonia crystals. We can turn 9 of them into empowered. Oh, what is it? A brick and another brick and red dye and what else? Redstone? That's it? Okay, cool. Easy enough. Red dye. Works for me. Empowered Restonia crystals, please. There you go. Back in a minute. All right. Restonia crystal should be done. Made some more power cables while I was waiting for that crafting to complete. And we should be good. So you're cool. Super fast eating. Munch. And then off to the races. Let's get ourselves another stack of you. And these things can go away. And we're cool, right? Yeah. And you know what I'm going to put away is the extra item phantom faces. We don't need those in here. So let's get this lineup going. We have plenty of cobble on me for a change? Yeah, we do. So let's basically extend out a little, you know, derby platform that you guys are going to yell at me about. Get power and fluid faces hooked up here, right? So that should be good enough. Works for me. So power first. Let's run it this direction. And yeah, we wanted to phantom face this guy, right? Pretty much forgot to make a phantom face. Shouldn't be a big deal. Real quick. You know what I'll do? I'll just connect the power directly rather than running all the way back. It's not that big a deal. There we go. Nice. And you... Perfect. And then for the fluid, we'll run that parallel, and we'll do the liquid face here-ish. So let's just run this. Let's run these mechanical pipes directly this way. Should have probably grabbed a few more mechanical pipes, but did I keep the steel on me? Nah, I used it all. I think we're good though. So if I put this here and then phantom configurator you to you, you're connected and working. Hide working area, and then we use this guy. Fluids configurator, extract, you should be good. Perfect. And now, all we've got to do is get out of here, go upstairs, and place this guy into this thing. Hello, slimes. What's up? Sweet. Alright, you're totally going to need active on redstone going. It does seem like they're spawning on the stair blocks, which I guess kind of makes sense, especially if you look at the working area. It looks like they were spawning on the stair block, on the slabs, didn't it? They shouldn't be spawning on top of these, but maybe it's just because they're large shapes, right? So we will hide working area again. This thing will fill up with its fluid essence once more, but I mean, we're good, right? You're no longer spawning, active on redstone signal only. We can put away our bags that we got so many of. We got a lot of loot bags from that, right? And then you can take anything I have on me that's not appropriate. And we've got 22 pink slime. Hooray! So that is super cool. So let's call that a giant win and say that we've got what we need to make a couple of things that I want to have. So, you're a resource-ish. What even is this chest? Why is Restonia crystals in here? These guys should all be in this one, to be fair. Cool. All right, I'll be back in just a minute. Let's put this stuff to use. All right, for fun, I real quick made an ore processor so that we can claim this quest. Not that I plan to use it, honestly, but it's a thing that we have now available to us. And with pink slime, hooray! We completed the quest of killing a pink slime manually, by the way. If I ever decide I want to automate that area, so like if there's a particular mob I want to spawn a lot of and automate it, we'll get to that when we get to that. But for now, I think we're cool as we are, right? So let's knock out these quest objectives. So mining laser, we need 4 drills and a base, right? So at foregoing lasers is not too shabby. So we need a base, which requires some gold gears. I'll make 4, even though I think we only need 2. So Tesla core lib, huh? Let's find a good way to make you that's not painful. So I know I probably only technically need 2. Oh wait, hey, there we go. Buildcraft has a better way. Yeah, I made an advancement. Look at me. Look at me going. Either one we want to make doesn't really matter. Let's do it this way. And you know what I'll do is I'll just void these guys that we don't really need. Cool. So then we just need a couple blocks of glowstone. Easy enough. And that's your base, and then you need the 4 lasers. I don't think I've ever made one of these from Industrial Foregoing. So then we need the laser drills, right? And we need 4 of those. Why does this need pink slime? Is it the lens that, yeah, it does. It's the lens that needs pink slime. All right, so we're gonna want 4 of you for the 4 lenses. Boy, good thing that I, does it have to be white stained glass? It says white laser. All right, cool. So can you stain, you have to stain the glass. You can't stain the frames, right? So let's get, do I even have sand? Can I hit that button? Yeah, I can. Nice. All right, and then real quick, rock grinder. I could use the machine one, but I don't think it works on compressed. There we go. And cook up some sand for me, buddy. And then we just need a bone meal. And I don't think I need you guys for the moment, or you anymore. Nice. So there's that. There's that. We'll put this away. And we'll make 4 of these. I think we're going to eventually want 5, to be honest with you. But, okay, they don't stack. Today we learned. And I'm thinking I'm going to need more of those eventually, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So then in addition to that, we're going to need basically 8 more diamond gears. So there's 5. There's 8. We should have diamonds chilling over here. Totally do. We'll get the Buildcraft ones. There's your 8. And now we just need 4 blocks of glowstone. Which I'm going to put away copper for the time being. Well, I can probably put away blaze powder too, but... Oh, we need more plastic. Yeah, let's do that. Let's definitely do that. Plastic shouldn't be a problem, because we should have like a stupidly large amount of it at this point, courtesy of our automation that we set up before. Yep, totally have a stack's worth of plastic easily available to us. Nice. So we just go drop that in our smelter and we're good to go on plastics. And there you go. You I don't need on me at the moment. I don't think we need anything else. Clear out the glass. And realistically, we need like 3 sets of these, roughly. Yeah, it should be enough. So laser drill, you want 4 of these, right? Right, quest book? Yeah, 4. So we're gonna want a few more tin gears. Realistically, I need 3 more of these. So let's get like 8 more of these, because, you know, thermal foundation, we are making lots of machines with that stuff. Can you do the thing? Thanks, buddy. Okay, and that should be all the laser drills we need now, right? Sweet. I like it. All right, so that will allow me to laser drill up ores, right? Now I forget exactly how the laser drill works. Laser drills, it will produce a random ore. You can increase the chance of producing ore by using the laser lens, right? And okay, that's cool. So this is what it'll produce. It'll produce all the ores. So I don't, again, think I need this. And at some point sooner than later, I think we're going to get into, what's the quest line say? It is literally after we knock out Aether and do the Ender quests, we can get into environmental tech, which gives us access to void miners, which would be a way to go about getting what we want to get in a similar manner. But for now, I don't see the need to actually set up the laser drill and the laser base. Like, we've played with them before and we know what they do. I don't see a need to set them up. But I'll tell you what I do want to set up. One of these bad boys, the Material Stonework Factory. Oh yeah, this is the one that I was hinting at last episode, was it? Saying that I wanted a thing. This is the thing that I want. So I can get away from this mess, which really is kind of a mess, and it's taken me longer than it should have to clean this up. But yeah, ooh, quest complete, reborn technology. What's up? But let's get the Material Stonework Factory going, and maybe make better storage drawer solution for our block needs real quick. Well, real quick, we'll get the basics up, right? So what I'll probably want to do is maybe set this up over here. Now, you just need power, right? I don't actually have to pipe anything actually into you, right? If I'm not super mistaken. Dire wire for days. Cool, correct. So we don't actually have to pump water and lava into this thing to produce cobble, right? But we can decide what resources we want, and this basically can all-in-one our stuff, right? So we could put on furnace mode here to make smooth stone. Grind mode. Obviously, we don't want that. That just reverses things. 3x3 craft. Ooh, we can make compressed stone directly. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Why don't we make compressed stone? Does that sound like a plan? I feel like that's a good plan. So that, and what we can do is basically, this is going to make a big mess. And I don't know that it can auto output to the top. Right? What I'm going to do is trash can a lot of this cobble. And trash can more of the cobble. It would be super cool if this thing could auto output to the top for me, so I could like compact this down, but I don't think he will. I don't think there's an auto output option here. Pretty sure this mod doesn't have an auto output to adjacent inventory kind of setup. But compressed smooth stone is totally cool to have, right? So I'd like to have that. So like, let's do this with that. Does that sound cool? I like it. Right, so once you hit 9, boom. And then we'll have tons of compressed smooth stone that we can then use to get more of this stuff at some point. Right? At some point we could like fully automate this line, and that would be neat. And then if we wanted to, we could do something similar with like sand and glass. We could easily set this up to do sand and glass as well, so we could make another one if we needed. But for now, it's well past the wrapping up point, so why don't we do that? Why don't we wrap up the episode here, come back next episode, and I think for the most part, we are pretty done with what we need. So what quest just unlocked as a result of doing these two? That's the question. Because I know we have one more to do, and it's this guy, Refining Sludge, but he might not be totally necessary for my I need to get there thing. Refining Sludge is needed for this for sure. So that unlocked Reborn Technology, which I'm pretty sure is the IC2-like mod, so it's like IC1-ish, or IC2 before it was IC2 reworked or whatever. But thermal enhancements requires Refining Sludge. So we'll knock out Refining Sludge next episode, then maybe we can build ourselves a jetpack. Would be cool. And then once we knock out that quest line, we should be good to get into Applied Logistics. For now, Darryl signing off. Take it easy.